Hi everyone, welcome to the Golden Ratio podcast. Is your headphones too loud, your dad?
No, it's fine. It was just such a fast intro.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Golden Ratio podcast. I am Jen, GR Mom, joined as always by GR Dad.
Hi.
How's it going, GR Dad?
Fine.
Excellent, excellent.
I'm having laughter and forgetting, but that's not a preview or a foreshadowing or anything.
Good, because the cocktail of the week this week is the drink of laughter and forgetting.
Oh my goodness. How? Wow, what a coincidence.
Picked entirely for the name, but I made one tonight, and it's quite good.
Yeah, it is. Anything with a ton of bitter in it and that green stuff is pretty good.
It is. 1.5 ounces of chinar or cinar, however you say that. No one has told me yet.
That's brown.
It's artichoke liqueur, but it doesn't taste like artichokes. It's just a kind of Amaro bitter. 1/2 ounce of green chartreuse, lime juice, demerara syrup, a couple dashes of Angostura bitter. Shake it up, put it in a fancy glass. Real tasty.
Yep. Chartreuse is magic.
It is.
I think it's magical. I think someone has made a magic potion.
Yep.
The monks made the magic potion.
It's time for Administrative Corner.
Ooh, I love Administrative Corner.
Well,
I'm always surprised by many things, but always surprised by the Administrative Corner things too.
Well, oh boy, do we have one.
Because you never tell me anything.
Do you want me to tell you ahead
Nobody
of
tells
time?
me anything. I just sit here in the dark and eat wet cigarette butts like a dog.
None of that's true.
It's true. That's pretty dramatic.
This was sent to us by many, many friends of the squad.
Oh, I like to have many, many friends.
Dateline, Wood County, Texas.
I'm ready.
A Texas man was arrested Sunday after state authorities said he altered the weight of a largemouth bass that he caught in a fishing tournament.
Weights
Ingo,
and fish.
Weights in fish.
Weights and
fish. It's happened again.
Human nature is just bad.
Texas Parks and Wildlife, that's TPWD, said Curtis Lee Daniels entered a largemouth bass in the Lake Fork fishing tournament that was found to have 3.75 ounce fishing weights in its stomach.
Oh.
The same weights were also found in Daniels' boat, according to an affidavit obtained by KLTV. The overall prize for the tournament was $11,500.
There you go.
Daniels was held at the Wood County Jail on a $20,000 bond on a charge of violating a fishing tournament law, a third-degree felony. He could face, you ready? 10 years in prison.
Yeah, third-degree felony is no messing matter.
And $10,000 in fine. Other penalties include license revocation and civil restitution.
That's crazy. I could shoot someone in the face in Texas and get less than that.
That's true. Don't cheat in fishing tournaments, you guys.
Shoot someone in the butt for a lot less, probably.
Don't go fishing. The poor fish are just minding their own business. Stop it.
Also, just quit cheating in life. I'm so... I'm going to get ranty. So sick of people cheating.
People like ranting.
I think... What is it that... that all that matters is result, and nobody cares about process anymore. It's just like AI, Jen.
I was waiting. I agree.
I mean, it's the same thing. Like, it doesn't matter if you can make AI write you a letter. If you don't know how to write a letter, you haven't improved yourself. If you can't catch a fish that's bigger, then putting weights in a fish hasn't made you a better fisherman.
Nope.
If you cheat at golf, you're not a better golfer. You're just a cheater.
I think they, like these fish guys, just want the money.
Maybe this is the right thing. They're criminals. They're not better fisher people. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. And also, look, putting aside the thing that I think competitive fishing is weird.
It is weird.
Because so much of it is nature and fate and luck, and I guess there's a skill involved, but I think it sounds like there's so many variables.
Yeah.
But But then, you're just freaking cheating. You find a goldfish and you shove a bunch of like bricks into it, and then you're like, oh look, it's a 50-pound goldfish with shaped like bricks. This is so cartoonish in my head. Like it's like SpongeBob. You've made a fish that looks like lead weights, and you're like, oh look, it's just lumpy. Sorry. People. Men. I'm sorry. Men. You know, I have not yet seen any woman cheating at fishing.
That's true.
None. Zero. Yep. Zippy.
Yep.
So women are the better people. That's it. I'm going with that.
Okay.
Mike just dropped metaphorically. Jen's ears hurt if I actually drop the mic.
Thank you.
I've tried things like that. It doesn't go over well.
Our next item in Administrative Corner.
Oh, I spent all that energy on just the first one?
This one's about Germans.
Woo! I better save some energy. Go on.
All right. This is from Gothamist, written by Walter Wuthman. Or maybe it's Wuthman.
Wuthman? Is it a TH?
Yeah.
Or it's TH?
TH.
Because Wuthman would be angry man.
Well, I like that. No, it's a TH. Okay. The headline is, there's a problem with the sauce. Times Square Taqueria's salsa sparks lawsuit.
Yes.
You know about this?
I did.
Oh.
Because Friends of the Squad sent it, right?
You found your wedding ring.
It was always very near my heart, Jen.
Just not near your finger for the last few days.
Took it up to work out or something. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Between hearings for deposed Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and accused CEO shooter Luigi Mangione, the U.S. federal court in Manhattan was recently asked to consider an important question. When is salsa too spicy? The precipitating event was a 2024 trip to a Times Square taqueria by a German tourist. The plaintiff, Faykal Mantz, Faycal? C-A-L? Faykal?
Turkish.
Faykal Mantz said he suffered severe physical symptoms following a single bite of Los Tacos No. 1's green salsa and sued for damages.
Green isn't even the hot. Anyway, Go ahead.
I felt it was too hot. My mind, my head, Mantz recalled in an interview from Schemmerhofen, a small farming village in the south of Germany. Schemmerhofen. The engineer said he quickly sprang into action. I contacted my wife. I said, there's a problem with the sauce.
There's a problem with the sauce. How about this?
Da ist ein Problem
with my weak stomach.
Mantz documented his alleged ailments in court filings, saying his tongue burned, his face turned red, and his heart rate soared. He said he suffered gastrointestinal distress and mouth sores that lasted for days. Now, Walter, our intrepid reporter,
Wutmann,
says, I told Mantz I wanted to go try the salsa for myself.
Yes, do the research, the hard-hitting journalism, Wutmann.
Please be careful, he warned. I have no idea. I put a lot of spoons inside. That's what he... Do you know what that means?
Like inside the taco? Inside himself?
Oh, he must have put a lot of spooned a lot of the salsa.
He wasn't stealing spoons,
I couldn't figure out what he was talking about. Okay.
Stealing a lot of spoons.
So on a raw March afternoon, I visited Los Tacos' Times Square outpost. The taco chain was startled by three friends from California and Tijuana, and now was started by three friends from California and Tijuana, and now has 10 locations across Manhattan. For the sake of journalistic objectivity, I ordered exactly what Mantz said he had. 1 carne asada taco, 1 pollo asado, and 1 adobada pork. Los Tacos No. 1 has a self-serve salsa bar with a red salsa, a green salsa, and a pico de gallo. They are not labeled to indicate their spiciness.
Green is safe.
As Mantz said he did, I spooned the red salsa onto 2 tacos and the infamous salsa verde onto the third.
That green means go.
I put my paper plate down on the white tiled counter, The green salsa stared up at me, a toxic plasma of emerald tomato juice
My
flecked with chili
goodness.
seeds.
My goodness.
Walter is working it here.
Toxic plasma.
Toxic plasma of emerald tomato juice flecked with chili seeds. I bit straight into the green smothered taco. There was a flicker of fire on my tongue and some numbness on my lips, but then it passed.
Come on, Walter.
The salsa just wasn't that spicy.
No, it's the green stuff. That's the medium.
I surveyed some of my fellow patrons for a gut check. To be honest, it's pretty mild, said David Bordeaux, who is visiting New York from Boston. You should probably try a sauce before you, dump the whole thing on your taco. Nearby, Amanda Hosney dug into a taco platter with 2 church friends from Georgia. The 3 women were initially reluctant to try the green salsa, but were captivated by the tale of Monz's lawsuit. Hosney agreed to sample it with a tortilla chip. I'm a wimp, and this is not spicy, she said. She dipped another chip. I mean, it's spicy. There's some heat on my tongue, but I'm not going to sue anybody for personal injury.
Yeah.
Things weren't looking good for Mons out in the court of public opinion. Back in the granite halls of the Manhattan Federal Courthouse, a judge ultimately sided with the restaurant. In a 12-page written opinion, U.S. District Judge Dale Ho found, quote, there is no duty to warn a customer of the spice associated risks that come with consuming salsa.
Thank you, Judge Ho. That is... What are the names in this article, by the way? But also, you can't get into federal court just on any goofy case. You need complete diversity of plaintiffs, of plaintiff and defendant, and, they can't be in the same state.
Mm-hmm.
And the defendant can't live in the state or the plaintiff can't live in the state. But you also have to be suing for over $75,000.
Oh, that's interesting.
So you can't just bring any goofy case in federal court.
Well, I have some case law coming up for you.
I mean,
here.
this is a goofy case. Anyway, go ahead.
Judge Ho, who also oversaw the botched corruption case against former Mayor Eric Adams,
Unbelievable.
clearly had some fun with the ruling. He cited the 1985 case of a husband and wife suing a Bronx McDonald's because their coffee was too hot, not to be confused with the Albuquerque woman who won nearly $3 million a few years later for spilling coffee on her lap in a McDonald's drive-thru.
Oh, I did not confuse.
No, Ingo has strong feelings about the coffee case.
I think it was justified, but go ahead.
But Ho found Los Tacos No. 1 salsa fell within the norm for products of its nature. In fact, he says, when it comes to salsa, the spice is often the point. Ho denied Monz's claims and closed the case. Los Tacos No. 1 did not respond to requests for comment. That was not the end of the line for Monz's claim. You were going to talk. No, we're not done. It turned out this was not the only lawsuit he filed after his 2024 trip to New York. Court records show Monz sued a New Jersey Walmart for discrimination, saying he wasn't able to access the store's Wi-Fi because the login required a domestic phone number.
I'm not proud of Mr. Monz as a co-German.
A federal court dismissed the claim last month. He also sued the NYPD after he said he witnessed 2 assailants violently beat a homeless man on the street near Times Square. Monz called 911 to report the assault, according to court documents, but Monz said the dispatcher demanded a specific address to respond to rather than a nearby landmark, saying the NYPD, quote, does not use Google. After the officer allegedly said they wouldn't be able to call him back because their system was, quote, unable to call foreign numbers. Monz is demanding $10 million in damages, policy reforms that would allow the NYPD to place international calls, and mandatory training for effectively communicating with non-resident and foreign language callers. The NYPD denied all of Monz's claims, allegations in the legal filing, and the case is ongoing.
Is he in jail? These sounds like jailhouse lawsuits where you're just like, I got nothing better to do than mess with the
You're
New
going to
York
like this.
City Police.
In our conversations, Monz came off as incredibly concerned with rules and safety and a bit bewildered by his experience with American institutions. Quote, I have this German mind. If something is too spicy, it should be warned or at least labeled, he said. And he believes his approach is paying off. He told me he came back to New Jersey last spring and was able to access the Walmart Wi-Fi with his German number, which he speculated might be a direct result of his lawsuit.
Oh, no.
Monz is not pursuing any further appeal of his salsa case, but he still hopes Los Tacos No. 1 will add labels to its salsa bar to warn off other spice-sensitive souls. The main objective for me is to help, he said, to correct something I think is wrong.
I do not endorse or adopt this person. It sounds like he met up with a personal injury lawyer in New York, and the guy gave him all sorts of ideas and said, "You don't have to pay anything until you win.
Yeah.
I'll take 30% of your recovery and nothing up front." And Monster's like, "Yes, I will. I have a list. I have a list of things that I would like to be suing for." And the lawyer's like, "Oh no, I'm never going to make my money back on this guy."
Very good writing, Walter Wuthman. Also, first-person journalism, going out and trying that salsa verde. Excellent piece.
When I was in law school, when you learn about negligence law and tort law, there's a case you read. I think it's a Judge Holmes opinion that says, there can be a duty to warn, right? If it's a product that's dangerous in ways you wouldn't expect, or an unexpectedly dangerous product, you should warn, right? Or warn of a risk that you don't expect. But there is no duty to warn that a knife is sharp, for example.
Sure.
There's no duty to warn that salsa has spice. That is an inherent characteristic. I mean, I think the federal judge got it exactly right.
You guys want to see me provoke Ingo?
Everyone's going, "Yay! Yes, of course."
No, you know it's coming.
What do we pay you for, clown?
I mean, is there duty to warn that coffee is hot? Of course it's hot. Ingo, don't spill that shit on yourself.
There is no duty to warn. That wasn't a duty to warn case. That was an unreasonably dangerous product. The carelessness is making coffee that's 200 degrees instead of the normal 160 degrees.
Oh.
And McDonald's was warned 3 times. Got in trouble 3 times already for their freaking hot coffee at that location. They were unnoticed, Jen.
Yeah.
You can't just be blowing through notice. Don't make me walk over to the other end of the couch, climb over 3 dogs,
and the pod box,
and tell you this again.
The tweet that I found this German story in has the link to the article that we just read, and the tweet says, "A German tourist is suing an American restaurant for the salsa being too spicy. History shows the danger of appeasing Germans. Immediately deport him, ban him from future visas, and make the salsa spicier."
Would you just send him to art school? Come on. He'll be fine.
Someone wants his paintings.
That's all they want, is to be able to express themselves.
It's time for dog updates.
This guy, I would hate to have this guy as a neighbor. He's the kind of guy who would report you.
Es ist Ruhezeit.
Yes, he would report you for violating quiet time on Sundays, or he would report you for your freaking trash cans being 3 inches over the property line. I swear there are, just like anywhere, but in Germany, especially somewhere, there are people who would do that and completely feel it's justified. Blah, blah, blah.
Indeed.
Too many people, not enough space in Germany.
Are you saying that you need more room to live in, you Germans?
No. I'm just saying, if you give me a buffer from some Germans, they're easier to take. If you put them further away.
Lebensraum.
Right now I have a 4,000-mile buffer. It's all very funny. If I'm in Germany, everything gets a little bit more stressful.
That's true.
When the old ladies are stealing your cake in the cafe, it's all in your face too.
Oh, I don't like those old ladies. I don't like them.
I know. They think they're perfectly justified, though. Elbow room.
Lebensraum, perhaps. Ellbogenraum?
No, they're using their pointy elbows to push you out of the way of your cake.
They sure do.
These are all callbacks to previous episodes. Oh.
I got to adjust our microphones here a little bit.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
We're a little hot on the mic. Sorry, everybody. Oh, no. I adjusted them down too much. This is going to be a...
technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's going to be quite an episode.
Everyone just take a break. Make a cup of coffee. It's fine.
Okay.
Make yourself a drink.
One of us is louder than the other one. All right, that's better. Okay.
That's always true.
Okay. It's time for dog updates.
Woo!
This week, Jared Ed and I were supposed to go to Boston.
We are supposed to be in Boston. No,
We would have
come back from Boston. We were going to go to Boston for St. Patrick's Day.
Here were the logistics. I was in Maryland. Ingo was in Florida. GR Dog Sitter was in Pennsylvania. GR Dog Sitter was going to fly to Florida.
This is a math problem, basically.
Ingo was going to fly to D.C., where I would meet him at the airport, and together we would continue on to Boston. That was our plan for Monday.
All right, so GR Dog Sitter was going to leave Pittsburgh at going 500 miles an hour going south.
This happened at 6 in the frickin' morning.
Going 500 miles an hour going south.
Yes. And what happens when GR Dog Sitter is 10 minutes out from Charlotte, which is the layover spot, and her flight from Charlotte to Key West is canceled?
Canceled immediate. Not 600 miles an hour, immediate.
Also, turns out Ingo's flight from Key West to D.C. also canceled.
For a little bit of wind in D.C., 70 miles an hour or tornadoes. I mean, come on, guys. I've seen movies. You can land in that.
And we're like, okay, maybe Ingo could fly the next day, Tuesday, and we could go to Boston, and GR Dog Sitter, we'd put her up in Charlotte and she could come on. No, there's no way the GR Dog Sitter can get here on Monday. She could maybe get here Tuesday, but there are 0 flights with seats available on Tuesday out of Key West. No flights, not to DC, not to anywhere. Every single flight on every airline is fully booked on Tuesday. And we were going to, so Giordad, I guess, could have come on Wednesday, and then we were going to return on Thursday. So that seemed dumb. So poor GR Dog Sitter spent the day in Charlotte, and then we flew her home to Pittsburgh.
Well, and luckily she got like the one flight back to Pittsburgh.
Because someone is a logistical master.
You are a logistical genius, yes.
I am.
I would have tried to travel back in time and drive starting Sunday, but then I would have had to take all the dogs.
Yep. They can't go see Dropkick Murphys.
The time travel wasn't the problem. It's the dog problem. It's you guys.
So I stayed in D.C. one more day and came back here. We missed our vacation.
We didn't have any cabbage.
I did buy a cabbage today, though.
I did have Guinness. I had a buttload of Guinness. Sorry to use a layperson's term there. I did have more than one Guinness.
I believe you had 6 and
7.
also 3 shots of Jameson.
In various forms. There was some made into a drink.
Yeah.
You keep saying it was 3 shots like I'm some kind of barbarian.
You had 4.5 ounces of
that we know
Jameson.
of.
4.5 ounces that I know of.
That we know of.
Yeah.
There was no video involved, so it's very hard to go back and check.
And you certainly don't remember.
There could have been Underbergs involved. There could have been Malort, Snuck.
Sure.
You never know what's going on.
No, I sure don't.
Between me, the liquor cabinet, and the kitchen, there's all sorts of potentials.
That is true.
Anyway, I was feeling quite happy by the end of St. Patrick's Day, and then I felt real sleepy.
Yeah.
And then I was asleep.
Yep. You did pretty good.
So it was good, although, it would have been funner in Boston at the Dropkick Murphys concert.
Sure would have been.
Which we've gone to many times, starting with the pandemic when they did it online.
Which was great. It was a real panini thing for us.
It was a real, yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. No GR Dog sitting this week.
That's right.
But it's fine. It was spring break this week.
That's right. And good news is we got to spend more time with, sorry, I don't mean to steal your thunder.
Go for it.
Cuba Libre.
Oh my God. I love her so much.
She's quite a success story so far.
She's so good. She sleeps great in the bed, and she's snuggly.
A bed snuggler, yes.
You call her over and you're like, hi, and then she like leans on you and looks at you and then like flips onto her back. She's just the ideal dog.
She's very nice. And she's got like a weird puppy-esque quality to her when she plays and stuff, and she's kind of goofy. She's got like big paws and big ears.
Yep.
But she's 3.5.
Yeah.
For real.
I
mean, not like estimate like Guacoman here, but like she's been at this vet for 3 years. They know she's 3.
Yep.
She's quite good.
So her medical updates.
She's a medical mystery.
She less mysterious than before. She does have 2 kidneys, it turns out. But
one was hiding, though.
One was hiding. It's a little small. The other one's a little big. But actually, it turns out her blood values are pretty fine.
Yeah.
We thought they were gonna be way off, but they're pretty close to fine. So we may be able to get her fixed. They didn't want to spay her before because the anesthesia is hard on the kidneys, but so that's progress. We cultured her ears, and she has 3 different resistant types of bacteria that live in them.
She's got a nuclear reactor of resistant bacteria in one of her ears.
Like it really is like
pretty much one of the ears. The other one
bioweapon.
seems okay. We're treating it too because of symmetry.
Come here, pal. It's
But,
like a bioweapon in there.
It's a toxic sludge. What is it? What is it? An emerald sludge? Emerald toxic sludge with
I think
like
I closed
the
the
salsa.
window. Sorry.
Do you have salsa in your ear?
Salsa verde in
I
there.
mean, be honest, Cuba.
So we've started her on a second eardrop. She's real itchy today. I went to pick up her new eardrop, and they handed me not eardrops, but her allergy shots, quote unquote shots. I did also get the eardrops, but the allergy mixture has arrived, and Brody's allergy shots were like actual shots that you injected.
Yeah.
Hers is this like sublingual spray.
Which is under the tongue, lingual.
That's right. Put it under the tongue. She's not allowed to eat or drink for 30 minutes before or after. So
Which means Jen locks all the doors and puts all the drink bowls up.
Yep. I don't want her to wash it out. I want that stuff to work.
Everyone else is super thirsty.
Oh, nobody
For 30
even
minutes
notices.
they just sit there and just suffer.
So there's like a 1 month starter bottle, which is a lower dose, and then there's a bigger bottle, and it's 3 times the size of the smaller bottle, so I'm guessing it lasts for 3 months. And that's it. So the starter bottle you do every day for 28 days.
Under the tongue.
Under the tongue. It's 3 squirts.
Is it twice a day?
Once a day.
Once a day.
And then the big bottle you do 6 times a week until it's gone.
The ear stuff, 6 times a week. You can skip a day?
You can skip 1 day.
Oh,
I know.
that's weird.
I know. It's like Sundays in Lent. Sundays aren't part of Lent, so you get to have whatever you gave up for
I
Lent.
mean, we are fully in Lent, so it's completely
Hey, Pam.
consistent.
She's so good.
She's very good.
I
She
love
just
her.
yawned and came over for some pets.
Oh, baby, I love you so
She is.
much.
She still also has. I mean, she's like itchy.
She's very itchy.
She gets itchy. She doesn't swim yet. Well, she has gone in the water. She's not afraid of it. She just doesn't think it's that fun, I think.
Yeah.
Which I can't blame her. And she's quite wary of me giving her shampoo after a swim. She knows to avoid me after swimming.
Yep. Dude's going to wash me.
Sorry. It was good.
She just like climbed up on the
yeah,
couch and curled up on
we're
Ingo.
still friends. It's okay.
Oh my God, I love her so
My
much.
goal is still to fatten her up. She's still, I mean, not dangerously skinny, but she's very lean compared to our chonks.
Yeah, speaking of which,
Chonk.
Feta. So Feta was on the same food as everybody else, and she started getting itchy, and I was like, let's put her on a different food. And the food that all the other dogs on is like the lowest possible calorie food that's out there.
Like popcorn or something. Like
Yeah.
mostly air, I think.
And so we switched Feta to like a lamb and rice food, natural balance. And it's got like almost twice as many calories.
Yeah, it's like
at
regular
least
food.
50%
It's not
more.
super bad food. It's just like regular food.
And so even though we cut way back on how much she's eating, she still has gained a lot of weight. And
Yeah.
she's got that tiny little head.
And now she has a bigger and bigger body.
There is a post on Instagram that has quickly become part of house lore.
It's quite a meme here.
For those of you who follow us on Instagram, you might have seen it in our story. And it was this dog, and it was sort of this like buff looking dog, but like with this very small head for
Was
the
it
body.
AI? It looked AI.
Who knows?
It was a very small head. It made Feta look normal.
It looked kind of like Feta. Not floofy though. And the point of the Instagram was just the comments that people had made, like on Twitter or something.
About this small-headed dog.
And someone said Ravioli was the dog's name. One was, why is Ravioli's head lowercase? Which I still randomly laugh about weeks later. And the other one says, Ravioli skipped head day.
both just devastatingly good
So
comments.
good.
Holy moly.
So we do say to Feta, like, Feta, oh, you skipped head day, Feta.
And then she tries to lick inside our mouth, and it's all
She's
fine.
so freaking weird.
She doesn't actually take it seriously.
But anyway, I was like, maybe I can find her a lower calorie food, and the answer is no. And so
We've tried to find head growing food, but it doesn't
no,
exist.
That's what size it is. So we're actually going to switch her back to the other food, and figure out if we can do something. We don't even know if the new food really helped her allergies. Like, we started her on Cytopoint, and
We haven't actually had her tested for allergies. It was just a vet, not our usual vet, like a visiting vet, speculating about every dog is allergic to chicken, which seems, in hindsight, very European. He's probably the guy who sued the taco place. Los Tacos.
We have no complaints about our vets.
El Tacos.
And go just
It's spookies.
Latinos against spooky things.
No, there was a show called El Spookies.
Spookies.
Spookies. Los
Espookies.
Los Espookies. I don't know.
Anyway, so we're going to switch her back and see. If she gets super itchy again, we'll figure it out. But we're going to see.
No,
So-
we love our vet's office. I'm like catching up now.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
There's no weird German vets there.
I mean, they gave us Cuba
yeah, they do.
indirectly. Cuba Libre.
So anyway, that's kind of the dog updates, I think.
Yeah, everyone else is doing fine. Remy is Remy.
Seems good.
Yeah. You tired the heck out of the
Oh my God.
twins yesterday, the Golden Girls.
I took them to Blimp, and I don't know where they went.
This is you in like the tidal plains of the Keys.
I'm like 10 miles back off the road at the very end, at the tippy top of this island. Like it's off the grid. The power lines don't go out. There's nothing there.
Blimp
It is
out
just me, and I have a nice sight line on Blimp. And
this is you're across the bay from Blimp, right? You're not.
Yes.
You're not like right by the Blimp base. This is you.
No.
The best view of the Blimp against the sun going down.
That's correct. That's correct.
No name key.
Big torch
Big
key.
torch.
Big torch key.
Do you go past no name on the way up
No,
there?
it's just before. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yes, so it is just the end of this road, very far from anything, and so I let the dogs get out of the car, and then they run around in the mangroves, and they freaking zoom at top speed. So I'm like parked on the side of the end of this road, and they'll be like "Nyum," across the road.
It's anarchy out there.
Disappear. Like they are going at top speed when they do it, and then they disappear, and then eventually they'll come back, shoom, cross onto the other side. And I bring different dogs. Ella always comes. She loves it so much.
Yeah, she gets very psyched.
And then I bring different partners with her. Guaco Man loves to do it also.
Feta one time got filthy.
Yeah. Oh, a few times. Yeah.
Feta was like head diving head first into puddles.
Yes. So I decided to bring Zola, who has been there before, and they just like lost their little minds this week. Like I was calling them. They're not coming. I'm like, I know they're not lost. There's nowhere for them to go.
Yeah, there's nobody else out there. There's nothing.
They'll come back eventually. I'm just waiting. I can't even hear them. I don't know what they did.
They didn't tell you.
They came back very wet, and then we got home, and they curled up in these little balls, like all their muscles were kind of sore, and then they just slept. They were exhausted.
They've been a little grumpy today. I mean, a little slower today.
Yeah.
And they smelled like fish.
Yeah.
I think they smelled like fish.
There was a fish venture.
Was it fish? Was it salt water with fishy smell? I don't know, but they smelled like fish last night. I shampooed them and they still smelled like fish.
Yeah.
I should have applied some kind
you
of
were
cologne.
very upset about it. They're going like
the
fish.
deep dirt,
Smell like
deeply
fish.
ground in dirt.
So there you go.
They're
Everybody's good.
better now, mostly. I was still getting fish smell out of their tails today. They've swum like 3 times.
Yep.
Stinky little dogs.
It's time for Taste of the Keys.
All right. Taste them.
Just got a brief little one. It is an actual taste of the Keys. Key West Bakery wins big in PETA's Best Vegan Key Lime Pie Awards.
Oh, that's good.
Yep.
I think it's great that PETA gives those awards.
Simply the Zest.
That's the bakery?
I think so.
Huh. Is it too spicy? Because I know I'm going to sick Mons on them. I'm going to be like, oh, you want to get Mons? He'll complain about something. There's not enough meat in this pie. I should be warned.
Simply the Zest. Key West Bakery wins big in PETA's Best Vegan Key Lime Pie. The eatery's delectable mini vegan key lime pie features smooth citrus curd with a hint of tropical coconut in a lush shell topped with toasted meringue and garnished, not actual meringue if it's vegan, and garnished with fresh lime zest.
You think PETA would be able to weed out the non-vegan stuff?
Oh, okay. The name of Simply the Zest is just their headline. The Green Zebra Cafe.
Whoa, we have not been there.
I have not. I don't even know where it is.
Green.
Oh no, that's Sarasota. That's the wrong year.
What you talking about, Willis?
God, PETA.
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 Okay, they announced this. It was for Pi Day. Anyway, Conch Life is the place that this came across, and I'm trying to access the page, but it says too many requests. Their website's down.
I tried to look something up on Conch Life the other day, and I couldn't log in. It was impossible.
No, it's still broken.
There was a report. This is kind of a throwback about undersized lobster.
Oh
person. Yeah. Someone was like put in jail for some days for it.
Stop doing that, you
guys.
But
she was caught because this is like good lesson for me, Ingo, is that she was caught because the Fish and Wildlife person came on the bridge and he observed her taking a little package and throwing it into the trash, like as he was inspecting everyone. And then he went into the trash and checked, and it was a lobster with 2 spear holes in it that was also undersized.
You're not allowed to spearfish lobsters here, you guys.
No, and you're never allowed to hunt like undersized lobsters. So
No.
it's both a problem.
They have to be big enough and no spearfishing ever.
Yep.
For lobsters.
She actually went to jail.
She was taken
for
to
a little
jail.
bit, which is like, I mean, I don't want anyone taking our lobsters.
Yeah.
I've gotten quite possessive about lobsters that I've seen under our dock.
Yeah.
Without, actually tagging them or tying their little legs to our pier, because then they'd be real pets.
Lobster leash.
Yeah. So, but I don't like the thought of it. Although I eat lobster, so I'm completely inconsistent. Just like with my, love of pigs and cows, but I also eat them. So I'm in the carnivore's bind.
I'm not here to call you out for that, baby.
I understand. I just think you have a better moral stance.
I love them.
But right?
Yeah.
I also love them, but I can rationalize eating them also, which is not the best.
It's time for German word of the week.
Ooh, yeah. I have a good one.
Yep. You want me to pause?
The phrase is this one I know by heart. Jen, I've been memorizing things.
Sorry. Okay, good. Great job. Good job.
The word, it goes with the phrase. The word is Fettnapf.
Fettnapf.
Napf is bowl, but mostly used really only now for animals' food or water bowls.
Fettnapf.
Napf is Napf.
Napf, yeah.
Fettnapf is a, bowl full of fat, bowl full of grease.
Oh. Fettnapf.
And I think it referred, this is very sort of internet sleuthing, to when people were making sausage, they would also have a little like container to catch the grease coming out of the sausages or whatever.
Okay.
The phrase is ins Fettnäpfchen treten.
Fettnäpfchen is little bowl of fat.
Yes, Näpfchen. Anything with chen is smaller, yes.
Yep. Fettnäpfchen.
Fettnäpfchen. But the phrase to step into the Fettnäpfchen or to knock it over refers to, I think, accidentally knocking over the grease.
That makes a mess. It's hard to clean up.
But the meaning that it's used in, the metaphorical meaning, is to say something embarrassing.
Like put your foot in your mouth.
Yes, to step in it, to put
Yeah.
your foot in your mouth, to really say something that is like turns out to be really inappropriate.
Yeah.
Not necessarily on purpose. It has more the connotation of like, oh, I was telling some jokes about the French and there were French people at the party or something.
Yeah.
Or I inadvertently mentioned divorce and John was there who just went through a difficult divorce or something.
I did
like
that at a party once.
It happens.
It's a long time
Yeah.
ago. I still feel bad about it.
It's just that social idea that I really stepped in at that time.
Neptune is an interesting word because it has the consonant combination PFCH, which you don't see very much in English.
Right, but in German that's totally normal.
Yeah, Neptune.
I told you there's German words that have 3 Fs in a row.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Sauerstoffflasche. That's a lot of Fs.
It is a lot of Fs.
No, you gotta. It's a different workout for your mouth to speak German.
Mm-hmm.
Ins Fettnäpfchen treten, to step into the fat bowl.
Treffen.
Yep.
Nice, I like it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, we have 2 podcast sections left. One is ramblings, and as you know, I have a little notes file where I keep track of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And under ramblings, I just wrote colonialism.
Ooh.
That's
great.
I know, right?
Ramble on, baby.
I think the reason that I put this is I'm doing a TED Talk this summer in Philadelphia. It's at an event called TED Democracy, and it's in honor of the 250th. And I'm very excited I got picked for it. You had to apply.
It's in Philly?
It's in Philly.
Oh, I want to come. They have like sandwiches and stuff.
They do. I asked if you wanted to come, and you're like, I might stay with the dog. Will you mind?
That was dumb. I didn't think about the Philliness of it.
Yeah, I'll get you a ticket if you want.
Silliness of the Philliness. Anyway, go ahead.
It's in Philadelphia, June 13th, I think. April, May. And I'm looking. June 13th, Philadelphia, me on stage. You guys can come. The tickets start at like $25 or something. And this is
no dogs though, unfortunately.
No dogs. No dogs will not be there. No dogs allowed in the theater, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a lot of TEDx events, which are like locally organized TED events, including some like very high profile ones. And they've changed my life. But this is the first like main Big Daddy TED thing that I'm doing. And so you have to like write your script ahead of time.
You can have a headset with a tiny little microphone and stuff like.
Yes, I do get the tiny little microphone.
Totally, there's a thing about TED Talks. Yes.
I have had the little microphone before.
Yeah.
I will have it here. I don't know what I'm going to wear yet. But the first draft of my script was due this week, and I knew what I was going to say. And normally I don't like script my talks out. I sort of just like make the points. But TED always wants a script.
TED Talks, you've always kind of been very
I like
disciplined.
Rehearse it, so I do know everything I'm going to say, but I never write it out. But they want that partially because they fact check it, so you can't get up there and give a TED Talk and say something that's wrong. Like they pre-fact check it. Even for the TEDx events I've done,
you should say you have 5 dogs and see what they say. See if they ever fact check.
They absolutely will fact check it.
Well, maybe.
I did a TED Talk like 2 years ago about AI, kind of saying it was overhyped. I was right, even though all the tech bros yelled at me.
It's about to crash.
I did it at a TEDx event where they don't typically do the fact check, but then like TED, like the main organization is like, we're going to put it on the website, but we can't put it on until we fact check it. And they fact checked every freaking thing in that, every single thing that I said. So part of the reason for this, since it's like starting off as a main event, that they want the script is so they can fact check it.
Sure.
And
good. I mean, that
it's great.
Speaks well of them.
That's great. So I was working on it, and I'm talking about data colonialism. I'm not going to spoil the talk, but data colonialism is an idea that exists in philosophy that I've been working on in my Cambridge program. And so I'm doing this.
One of her many master's degrees.
I am overeducated. And
you're about to get super explode into overeducation.
I know my dissertation's due in like 3 weeks at Cambridge.
You know, Cambridge, a small university in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
You know, Oxford was founded before the Incan Empire.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's sad.
Cambridge.
Okay, go ahead.
Cambridge.
Off
Old.
you go.
For sure. Beautiful. So data colonialism is this idea of like taking regular colonialism like we know about, including like the British in America, and but thinking about it with data. So basically there's like some, in regular colonialism, you've got some power and it has, you know, it takes your resources, it's extractive from the place that's colonized, and it sort of rules without consent, and it extracts the resources and it doesn't return it to the people. And data colonialism is the same thing. They're just doing it with your data.
Don't give everything away.
No, this is just the topic.
It's all just popping around in your head and you're just blurting it.
So I'm like working on this talk, and I sort of have this colonial America anecdote that I start with, and then I'm like, okay, I've got to define colonialism, and then I need to define data colonialism, and then I'm going to talk about how data colonialism is not American. It's incompatible with American democracy. And so I'm working on this, and I'm like, I need some more, like, my understanding of early American colonialism is from elementary school. I have not taken an American history
Everyone's
class
is.
since elementary school. I don't even know if I took it in high school. So, you know, like I've read stuff, but like this is not my area of study. And I'm like, I'm looking up stuff, and I have like one paragraph on like early American colonialism. It is not the point of my talk, but I'm like, I need to explain this. And so I'm like looking stuff up, and it's like, oh, the Plymouth Company, the Virginia Company, frick, I remember those from like 3rd grade. And I'm like, I need someone to explain this to me. Who do I know that has a deep knowledge of
history podcasts?
History that like is so long ago, I don't believe the times actually existed. Ingo knows this. So I call Ingo, and Ingo is like on the erg downstairs, rowing machine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ingo, are you in the middle of an erg? He's like, I've done 10 strokes. What do you want? I'm like, I need to talk to you about mercantilism in early colonial America. And he's like, great, let's do it now.
I got some ideas.
And just like, absolutely is like, you need to think about this, and like how, this is basically this capitalist equivalent. And like, they really took on the risks of colonialism, but also like they were offered these exclusive contracts by the government, and just like explains the whole thing to me. And it's just like, yeah, while I'm erging, let me explain mercantilism to you.
I did stop while I was talking to you.
Yes, you did stop erging. That's true.
Huh. I guess
it was great.
A lot of this, it's like I've listened to a lot of podcasts and read some stuff, and a lot of it is just sort of, the silt has stayed in my filters. I mean, a lot of it has stayed up there.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have really realized that before. So I'm good.
It was
glad
great.
I could help.
It was super helpful. And I made you listen to my talk, and I'm very passionate about this talk. I'm very excited that I get to give it. It makes me a little weepy when I read it now, which I don't know if you noticed when I was reading it.
Because of that, or because you just like want it to be so good and you think it's like
because
so
I'm
cool
like,
and new?
Like, honestly, I think it's really fucking good. Like, I
really
am moved by
cool,
my own talk.
Cool and new. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. This is a very good. This is great.
Which usually doesn't happen, but I'm like, fuck, this is good. Like, if someone else gave this, I would cry, but I wrote this. That's pretty cool.
So you're still kind of crying.
So I do. I got a little
Yeah.
choked up when I was reading it to you.
Well, I'm glad I could help with the stuff.
You're awesome. That's all. Ingo, awesome.
You should explain your comment about it's not real history, or history's not real.
That like, look, like I grew up Catholic.
Just because I think this is funny.
I grew up Catholic, and there's like all this stuff in the Bible, and it's like, especially like Old Testament-y stuff, right?
But this is the Bible.
Right,
it is a little bit more.
Just hear me out here. All right. Noah's Ark, man. Apparently the earth flooded. Dude put a bunch of animals. I know.
No.
It's like fake. But it's also written down, right? And like this is a thing I'm able to internalize. Okay, like these are stories of things that like probably didn't happen long ago in like times that actually didn't exist. The earth did not flood and a bunch of animals got on a boat. that's cool, right? Like I can just be like, okay, like this is a story of like a made up long ago time, and it's not a thing that actually happened, but like we tell this story for a reason. Noah's Ark, for example.
Yeah,
You with me?
I'm wrapped right now. I'm so curious how you tie this up. Yeah.
This is how I think of all history before the Civil War.
I can't believe you're blaming Catholicism for this.
I'm not
Or
blaming
the Bible.
I'm just saying that like you can hear the story of Noah's Ark and
But
be like
dinosaurs. How do you feel about this? That's
I-
different.
this is a great question. I have no problem with dinosaurs.
because it wasn't written. It's not a story. You're just like all right. We found
There's
these
like
fossils.
evidence of dinosaurs.
I see what you mean. All right, I get it. So
But like the 1200s,
so the idea that like the Archbishop of Bingen, had died of the plague. You're just like no.
I'm just
really.
like, oh, it's like Noah's Ark.
It's like a
this
story
is a story
that's made
from
up
FakeTime.
to scare children against the plague.
Yeah,
or something.
fake times.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't really feel this is not belief, but it's like vibes for me. The vibes are that like before.
But America, you're pretty. That's like within your scope. You would believe some of it.
The Declaration of Independence, fucking no way. That is a made up thing.
Like it didn't happen.
This is just
or
based
it
on
didn't
vibes.
happen
I
the
know
way
it
happened.
I know it actually happened,
So
right?
that
But like
there is because I had the feeling there's like a time frame outside of which it's not real.
kind of pre-Civil War.
Oh, what? That's real recent. Jen.
Oh yeah. Now I'm trying to think. Like, do I actually? Are the vibes for me that anything actually happened like before 1900?
How about like 1812? Does that
No.
sort of
They
the
had those
British
weird outfits.
burned?
I know this stuff actually happened. I don't believe the time was fake. Just like for vibes, you telling me about the British burning the White House in the War of 1812.
Yeah,
It feels as real to me as Noah's Ark.
not very.
Not very.
This is interesting because normally I'm the one with no imagination, and you're the one who like actually can empathize and put yourself in others' places and have imagination. But here you're just like, no.
It feels as real as the dinosaurs. Like I know the dinosaurs existed.
Dinosaurs are real though.
I believe that all this history is real and actually did happen.
No.
It just does not feel real to me in the way that like more modern stuff feels.
I'm a Joan of Arc.
No. We're struggling to go before
1900s.
1900. Like the 1930s. I mean, there's like some pictures. I guess.
1930s, they had photographs. In the Civil War, they had photographs.
I know.
Okay, so that is kind of your thing. They had photographs in the Civil War. Before that, sketches, drawings,
It just
paintings.
I like the Noah's Ark example because it's like, okay,
They
like
have paintings of that too.
I know, like I can picture what this would look like. It
Nobody took a snapshot of Noah's Ark. It's
feels as real to me as the Civil
true.
War.
But George Washington to you is just like
George Washington,
It's
like
a story we tell our kids to scare them.
100%, 100%. I do believe time existed and that history happened, right? Just like vibes, it does not feel any more real to me than Noah's Ark, than the dinosaurs. Like I know all these, I don't believe Noah's Ark existed. I do believe in the dinosaurs. I do believe George Washington existed, but like he could not have, and you could just be telling me that, and like that's fine.
It's just a story that's told.
Yes,
It's kind of
yes,
your,
that's it.
your vibe is. These are clearly the stories I grew up with, therefore, they're stories.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's so interesting because you're a smart scientist.
Yeah.
And you
To be fair, I believe in the things that are true, but vibes.
But you're coming to it like intellectually, not emotionally. It's very interesting.
This is why, like, you're like, this thing happened in 1500. I'm like, whatever it did. Like, okay, why are you interested in this like random made up shit? It's
how?
like people who get like real into Tolkien, and like I support them and I'm happy for them and I love that like know all the maps and all the lore, but it's just like made up shit that you're like.
Well, that is made up.
And I'm saying I don't know why it's different if it's 1500. Like, because it's not actually more real, right?
See, and I'm like working on the opposite, right? I'm like for example, 1812. I'm like, these were human. I'm starting to realize, fair? These were all like humans going through their stuff, and a lot of that hasn't changed in thousands of years. Like, people are just doing their stuff. They're just like dressed up in weird uniforms, yes, red.
Yep.
And they're told to go somewhere and shoot a musket at something, and they do it.
Sounds fake.
It's happened for thousands of years. Hundreds of years with the muskets.
Yeah.
And that's just what they do.
Like, you want me to believe in, not intellectually, but in my heart, that there's a bunch of dudes with fucking shields and spears, like, lining up and, like, running at each other. There's no way I'm going to believe that in my heart.
We should watch that movie 300.
That is a movie.
Yeah. It's documentary. All right, fair. It's a movie, but yes, but that did happen. The weird thing is that did happen.
I don't believe it.
This
like,
is
in my heart.
Look,
in my brain, I believe it. In my heart, I don't.
Stretching the outer limits of my imagination too, but I'm exercising it.
Yeah, and like, I don't care. So I'm like, fuck it. Like, I got no reason to make my heart believe these things.
There's Rome. There was Rome, Jen. The Roman Empire. Men think of nothing else.
I've been there.
All men think. I also have been. You have stood, probably like me, on the same tiles that Caesar got stabbed on.
How does that feel real to you?
That stone is old, Jen. Stone is old.
No. There's, like, I was going to go to Iraq in January, and instead I went to Minneapolis because there was more shit going on
More
there.
real history. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, there was actual stuff happening there. But there was somewhere that we were going to go.
Babylon?
Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Babylon, like, fuck, that's a real place I was going to go to. But I think it was just when I was reading about it. It wasn't actually in Iraq, but maybe somewhere in Israel. Like, they were talking about, like, this place, and, like, if you go here, you can walk this path. And Jesus also walked on that path. Like,
probably
we know
Jerusalem,
for a fact that he walked on this path. And I'm like, there's no way in my heart that I'm going to believe that.
And
that's
I don't
true.
know about facts with Jesus. That was people 100 years later, 70 years later wrote about it. That's
so
true.
Ingo, you're starting to get to where I am.
I know. This is a fair assessment.
How do we know those guys in 1200 weren't just making up old shit?
Yeah, but if like a lot of people made up the same thing, then we know it's history.
How many teeth did they think women had back then?
That was bullshit.
Yeah.
They didn't actually believe that. They thought women had fewer teeth. And men had one fewer rib. Because some Greek Aristotle said it at 2,000 years ago.
So how do we know that
3,000.
there's just not a bunch of dumb old guys like writing down stuff? They're like, we all just kind of agree this is what happened, and like we're gonna pretend that.
Agreed. I know.
Fake times.
Well, but you've just put your finger on exactly the historical problem.
Fake times.
Not fake times.
I don't believe they happened. I believe the world was created in like 1940. And all the rest of the history was just planted there as a story for us. I don't actually believe this, you guys, but vibes, it feels like that.
This is very interesting to me. Very interesting. This is only developed lately when I took this course from, the Big Bang to 200 BCE.
And I'm like, none of that's real. And go, why are you learning about this?
That is exactly the kind of time that doesn't exist.
Yeah. I did also, before the colonialism, I did text Ingo, and I was like, how long do we have, like, well-recorded history? Like, how far back does it go?
What you're saying is writing?
And I'm like, I was reading something in colonialism.
3,000 years at the most.
And it's like, oh, this form of colonialism started in, like, 1600 or something. And I'm like, okay, like, how much of kind of properly recorded history is it? It's actually a sort of substantial amount. 500 years out of... How many years do we have? 3,000 years, 4,000 years recorded?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like 500 out of 4,000
I mean,
is
I
a
think
lot.
it depends, right? Writing developed like 3,000 years ago.
In fake times.
Sure.
How long have humans been on the earth?
50,000, depending on when you start counting humans.
Let's say 50,000 years.
Yeah, I'm pulling that a little bit out of thin air.
I'm willing to go with it because it's all fake. 50,000 years. When did we get writing?
I'd say 4,000 BCE.
So you're just saying for
1500 BC.
48,000 years, no writing.
No, maybe we wrote a lot down, but it was on paper and it all has disappeared. This is the other problem.
Fake.
Paper disappears.
Fake. It's
I think a
all
lot of
fake.
I think a lot of civilizations may have written stuff down, but it was like on stuff that disappeared. There were civilizations that wrote stuff down on clay tablets, and when they get wet, they just they turn back into mud, and you're done. And they had floods, and it was like, bleh, then there's nothing left. It's really hard to recreate this stuff. It's really hard.
I'm glad that this
Especially
is not
when
my
people
job.
have gone in and dug through stuff like grave robbers and stuff. You
Yeah.
can't reconstruct history if people have
Fake
been
times.
grabbing things and scuffling around.
Fake time.
It's history's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much harder than it was in high school. High school is just like, here's what happened. Listen to my story. And in actuality, it's like, well, this one guy wrote this in a letter, but he wrote it 500 years later. And he was on a lot of opium at the time. And he really wanted to slam, the main protagonist. So that's what we now believe. There we go. Yeah. It's a little mysterious.
Fake. One might say fake.
There are no contemporaneous writings about Alexander the Great.
Really?
Yeah. Everything was written later
It's insane.
by others. Julius Caesar, however,
Yeah.
documented his own accomplishments. So we're real confident about Julius Caesar because
He's
he's
just
like
chiseling shit.
he's like
by hand.
Caesar did awesome stuff. He's like the war in Gaul. Here's my book. Read it. Now everyone's like, man, he was awesome. Did you read the war in Gaul? He's like the hero of that story.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very selective. If Alexander had a better, ghostwriter, he would have been. Well, he's already pretty famous. Never mind.
Thank you for talking to me about colonialism in the middle of your workout. It has informed my TED Talk.
It was fun
Thanks.
to talk about.
You're
I
smart.
can't tell you I had a lot of answers, but I asked some questions and I poked your brain a bit.
You gave me what I needed for my one paragraph.
That's pretty good. Was that when I was downstairs and you were calling me from upstairs?
I was calling you from Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would have been possible that you would have been up here and I would have been downstairs.
I would have come down.
You were in Maryland. Okay,
but I was
good.
in Maryland. Yeah. Okay, it's time for Ingo Corner,
Well-
where you say whatever you want and I don't tell you it's boring.
I'm not prepared for this.
Oh, do you want to go back to ramblings, which is the same thing, but I can tell you it's boring?
Feel safer.
Okay.
I'm more familiar with the being boring. Being accused of being boring.
God, Ingo, could you pick up the pace a little bit?
I don't have any special ramblings. Thanks to everyone for listening, supporting each other. Voodsmas is finally, I think, over. Although it's always Voodsmas in our hearts, I think.
That's right.
Thanks to all the friends of the squads for sending in articles
Yes, thank you.
about fish
I love them.
cheating, fish cheating.
All scandals all the time, please.
That's right. And yeah, makes me feel good about sharing stuff about these weird dogs.
Well, thanks everyone for listening. And until next time, Slava Ukraini, and don't put anyone unless they ask you to.
That's right.
Bye.
Bye.